welcome to East Coast Blue Jays Podcasts. My name is Patrick McGraw, and I am your host here at East Coast Blue Jays. It is officially our very first episode here, and what a better way to start her off with the signing of Juan Soto. Fingers crossed. Well, welcome to East Coast Blue Jays Podcast, talking about all the Blue Jays baseball and everything else that's involved with the Blue Jays. My name is Patrick McGraw. I am the host of East Coast Blue Jays Podcasts. A little about myself, so you guys can get to know me. I've always been a true Toronto Blue Jays fan since the early 80s. I lived in Oshawa, Ontario in the early 80s. Now I live in the East Coast. That's why it's called the East Coast Blue Jays. I live in the East Coast in Canada, in a little town called Miramichi City. I've always enjoyed watching the Blue Jays on the ups and downs. I remember the great years of the 92-93 Blue Jays, and I do remember there were many rebuilding years that the Jays had. My favorite Blue Jays moment was of course the Bautista bat flip. I also remember the Edwin Carson walk off homer in the 11th inning against the Baltimore Orioles. That was in 2016 American Wild Card race. So to get things started off here, very first episode, topics we're going to have today. Oop, wrong way. Oop, wrong way. Right there. We're going to talk about Juan Soto, the signing of him, possibility, hopefully. Other free agents that the Toronto Blue Jays may acquire, go after. And of course, the one and only Vladimir Guerrero Jr. All right, yeah. So it is December 8th on a Sunday. I think it's around 3:30 Eastern Time. There hasn't been a signing of Juan Soto yet. He's stalling like he does at the base, like he does at the mount there. He's not at the mount, sorry, at the base there. But yeah. So let me see here. So there was a few things that was reported I found online by. So this report says Jays offered Juan Soto um, the most money of $750 million. This is a span over 15 years. So approximately he would probably make 50 million a year, and he would probably get a signing bonus of $50 million for a signing bonus. So it's hard to say what he's going to get. It could reach up to 800 million. I really don't know, but it's up to Vladdy. It's up to Soto and his agent Boris. It's been an ongoing battle for the last 3 4 weeks now. Everybody's going back and forth. No, it's going to Boston. No, it's going to Yankees. But who knows what's going to take place? But that's the fun part of baseball. You just don't know. So Juan Soto is a generational elite player that every team would want. Yes, he's expensive. Is he worth 700, 800 million? I don't think so. But when you get the kind of money that these owners have, especially Mr. Rogers, he's got some deep pockets. If he wants a winning team, he's gonna have to spend some money, and he hasn't spent a lot of money of late. But perhaps signing Soto would be a great way to get things rolling. You know, it'd be wonderful to have a lineup with Bichette at at number one, Vladimir Guerrero at the two spot, and of course Mr. Juan Soto on the cleanup. So wouldn't that be a wonderful lineup to have, the top three? Yeah, so got this on Twitter, Josh underscore the Jays fan. And he tweets, there is no word yet that any of the other three Soto suitors Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Dodgers are by any means out of this bidding, and it's possible one of those teams might even be above the New York teams. So New York Yankees, New York Mets, to win this phenom 26-year-old superstar hitter. So I know New York Mets is number one on the list for the possibility to get this guy. Number two, Jays, Boston. Number four would probably be your New York Yankees. They have heavy pockets too, and I don't know. They just signed Aaron Judge there a few years ago. But then you get the Dodgers, who signed um, Shohei there last year. That we kind of missed out on that. Like we all thought he was on a plane coming to Toronto, but that wasn't it. That was some disinformation, as we all know, and it was quite disappointing. It would have been a great start, but that's okay. That's fine. There's other fish in the sea, and there's other great hitters. So I'm crossing my fingers to get this Juan Soto hitter in the area. But they're always saying that the narrative coming to Canada play is a big defeat against players that want to come here, which is false. This guy tweeted Keegan Matheson. He said many of the narratives above players not wanting to come to Toronto are old and stale. Some of the most interesting conversations I had for my book were about this with executives and players who have signed big deals like George Springer, Kevin Gossman, and there's other extra. Money winning TSA pre help. So, you know, people want nothing to come to Toronto or Toronto period Canada to play with us. It's false. It's just Americans are being Americans, like American and Canada. You got your sports team, you got the U.S. and Canada sports, right? It's always going to be a battle with competing against other players. I mean, these players come from, Dominican. There's a lot of American Dominican players that come to play in MLB. Now there's a ton of Japanese players that are coming that get some high talent and like a lot of great pitchers like Sasaki. That's a new phenom coming up into the system, and he's supposed to be coming up next year. I'm not sure when, but it's another great Japanese pitcher coming out of their country. Of course, you got your Shohei, and you got Yamamoto. I think I forgot how to pronounce his name, but he's another pitcher that the Los Angeles Dodgers picked up last year. So yeah, there's a lot of amazing players that come out of Japan, Dominican Republic, a lot of great Cuban players. But yeah, but as far as players that want to come to Canada, no, that's just false. That's just a narrative that's got to leave. I mean, come on, like we got the money. Like, okay, we have cold weather. You know, so does New York. So does Boston. So does Washington. A lot of these teams have cold weather. They don't give me that excuse. Cleveland, that's another team. Whatever. If you want to go play in a warm climate, go for Florida, Florida, Maryland. Who wants to go play for them? Los Angeles Dodgers, San Diego Padres. Okay, Texas Rangers. They got some great weather down there, but whatever. But anyway, but wouldn't you wanna? Nice to see Juan Soto in a nice Blue Jay uniform. Doesn't that look good on him? Hey, nice white and blue colors. The little red maple leaf on his hat with a big bag of money. 800 million. It might take the Toronto Blue Jays to get Juan Soto because you look at New York Mets, they can probably right now. I think it's estimated between 730 million. They might even bump it up to 750. So in order for the Toronto Blue Jays to even be close, they're going to have to go all in, all in. Yes, it's a lot of money, great start to have a great guy like Juan Soto on your team. But hey, it's not my money. I don't care. People complain, oh no, I can't afford that. Well, it's not my money. It's Mr. Rogers. He's the one making all the ticket prices. You know, the merchandise. You can probably get your money back if the amount of the jerseys and hats and people flocking into the Rogers Center just to see Juan Soto. Like, come on, like the hot dog prices. Well, tuning, dollar hot dogs, Tuesday Tuesdays or whatever they charge. But I know the beer's pretty expensive there. But anyway, but if they need a plan B, the Toronto Blue Jays, if they can't seem to get Soto, that's okay. There's other free agents that there's a possibility for us to get. So here are some of the biggest free agents in each position that the Blue Jays may tackle. Let me see. Catcher, I think they're pretty good for catchers. Kirk, I like Kirk. Yeah, he's a bit overweight, but that's fine. He calls a great game in the back there, and I trust him. He had a couple years ago, he was an all-star, and he didn't get there by fluke. He got there because he's a good catcher. Yes, he struggled the last little while, but he was still a kid. He's a few years older now. He looks great, actually. He's and I think he's gonna have a great year behind the plate and at hitting too. But yeah, I think he's gonna do great. So first baseman here. So of course you got your Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first. You can always put him at DH. You can also put him at third base. So if we do lose out on Juan Soto, Pete Alonso is definitely a great guy to go after. And it shows here that he did decline a qualifying or offer from the New York Mets, and he is awaiting for an offer back from the Mets. There's a possibility that we may have a chance, but my opinion, I don't think we'll get him, but whatever. Second base, well, I think our second base is covered. Shortstop. Well, we just heard lately, or I think it was yesterday. Willie, or was it this morning? Willie Adams just reportedly signed, so he's signs a reported 7-year deal with the San Francisco Giants. So he is taken. That's fine because we still got Bo Bichette, and I think he's also going to have a great year as long as he stays healthy. He did lead the league a couple years in a row for hitting over 200 hits, so that's a great accomplishment. I think he's gonna have a great year this year. I think he's gonna get over 20 home runs this year, close to 100 RBIs. I know I'm pushing it, but I do think he is gonna do well. Okay, third baseman. So we're still not sure what the front office is going to do with this. I know Vlad can play third at times. I know Ernie Clement, which did really well last year. Um, I think he will do good, but if there's a possibility we can go after Alex Bregman, that would be an amazing pickup to get. If not, whatever. But I think the Jays should definitely go after Alex Bregman. So left fielders. So Tyler O'Neill just reportedly got a 3-year deal with Baltimore. That was a miss, but that's okay. But anyway, center field we got Dalton Balsher. He's another elite guy that's doing some amazing stuff last year, and I think he's going to continue. He is hurt right now. As far as I know, there is a possibility for him to start the season, but I'm not sure, depending how fast he heals. Right. So now we're getting into the right fielders, where Mr. Juan Soto, Anthony Santander, and Teoscar Hernandez. So they all declined qualifying offer. So as far as Juan Soto, we have discussed about that. Teoscar Hernandez. Well, he's still open in the market right now. And I would love to see him back in a Jays uniform, wouldn't you? And as far as Anthony Santander, I think that he is. Where did he go? I think he's contact with, if not Boston. I think it was Boston that. Just let me check here. So we're just gonna see. Anthony. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just gonna do some research here. There we go, right there. So the news says, where we go? Anthony's. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to find it here. Um, okay, it just came up. Baltimore Orioles reached a $49.5 million 3-year deal with outfielder Tyler O'Neill. So that's one guy we just missed out on. Let me see here. I know the Blue Jays are interested in Anthony Santander and Corbin Burns. Alright, so here we go. I just found it. So the Boston Red Sox reportedly in contact with free agent outfielder Anthony Santander. So that was that was reported around 5 hours ago. So since Boston Red Sox lost Tyler O'Neill, now they're in the talks of trying to get Santander. So we'll see what happens there. Oh yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, if we lose out on Juan Soto, that we can get a few of these other free agents, because the lineup that we have right now doesn't look that promising. All right, our next topic is Mr. Vladimir Guerrero. Guerrero. All right, let me see here, guys. All right, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He is he's been with the Jays since 2019. He had All Star. He had an MVP year back in 2021. He hit over 48 home runs, 111 RBIs. So I mean, he had a great year. He was averaging 311. So he didn't win the MVP that year, but of course Shohei did. But that was an MVP year. He did have a few slow year, 2022, 2023. He did have good years, but he didn't not as great as he did in 2021. But half of last season, he turned it on. He turned it on. He was one of the best players in the league, and just from that, if he can keep it up like he did at the end of half of last year, it seemed that when he cut his hair off, he for some reason he flicked a switch. He, maybe the hair was bothering him. I really don't know, but ever since he cut his hair halfway through the season, he just turned it up. I think he's gonna have a phenomenal year this year, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So his value, well, we'll see. So Vladdy's market value is estimated at $35 million worth of a million. That with the next 12 years, he may get a contract over $425 million deal. So I think the Jays need to sign this guy ASAP. Why wouldn't you? He was the face of the Blue Jays for the last 6 years, coming on 7 years now. They need to sign this guy. So if they can sign this guy and Juan Soto, like come on, like you got 1, 2, 3 here. You got Bulb set at one, you got Vladdy, and then you got Soto. What a lineup you can have here. So hopefully the Jays will get things done. And for now, like I said, it's Sunday. So tomorrow's Monday. Tomorrow's going to be the big day. We'll see what happens. But thank you all for watching. And it's our very first episode. We're excited to get things rolling here. And I'm pretty excited about the ball season coming up. I can't wait. It's just a few months, 2, 3 months away. But yeah, let's go Jays.